Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And this video, this driving around talking about books rambling video, catch-up Booktube video, is for you, Ashley. Because Ashley last night on my vlog channel, so if you don't know what you don't know is a lot, I have a vlog channel where I'm vlogging every day for the year 2017, and on and on and on after that, so go follow it. And I love that a lot of people say on that channel, they just like go to sleep listening to my vlog like it's a podcast. But anyway, she said, here, I'll read it to you because I'm on a stoplight, so I can do that. She said, Ashley Hall, I wish you had more vlogs in your Booktube channel. I love them. Or are you driving around talking about books? So I thought, this one is for Ashley, and I'll talk about books. So I used to do these like once a week on here, and I hadn't in a while, but like I need to do an update for Spookathon anyway. So let's get right into it. This is day 2 of Spookathon. And it's funny because like I'm reading books that are on Spookathon, I'm reading books that are not on Spookathon, and I'm reading the group read. So let's talk about the group read first of all, which is, and the light is going to change and get really bad in here, so just get ready. Okay. I'm going to turn in a second and you'll be able to see me again. But the group read is about Sherry Lapina's, is that how you pronounce her name? I think so. Sherry Lapina's A Stranger in the House. She is also the author of The Couple Next Door that came out last year. I have actually already finished the book. So let me tell you what had happened. I was trying to finish all of my books before Spookathon started, and I was down to the wire with finishing Maggie Stiefvater's All the Crooked Saints. So if you guys are a Maggie Stiefvater fan, of which I'm reading Raven Boys for Spookathon, this was the first book of hers that I had ever read, and I mean to tell you, I was blown away. The book is beautifully written. Beautifully written, you guys. I'm an ultra fan immediately of Maggie Stiefvater. It's told like a telenovela. If you're going to read it, get the Audible version, because the guy that narrates it is fantastic. And if you watch Jane the Virgin, you'll know what I'm talking about. Which is so funny because like we watch Jane the Virgin and it's like one of my favorite shows. But like Alex thinks it's so funny that I love Jane the Virgin because like his grandma, and mom and aunt, like they really do watch like telenovelas. So like if we go over to their house, because they're from Venezuela, if we go over to their house, they're like constantly watching telenovelas. Well, this totally, the humor and everything. I mean, there are these parts in All the Crooked Saints where she's like, or the narrator's like, the thing he wanted most was, and it'll be something like a new truck to find a girlfriend. The thing he was feared the most, or the thing he was afraid of the most was all of his teeth falling out. I mean, it's very funny too, and done in such an appropriately written, beautifully written way. It's just, I can't even say enough about it. And what it's about is, it's about this town in Colorado called Bicho Raro. My Spanish sucks. And there is a family there who they perform miracles on people. So pilgrims. It takes place also in 1962, I think. So it's like all the music of that time is in there. And the way that she uses music in the book is like fantastic. Like she uses it. I mean, there's so much pop music in books today and bands and all that kind of stuff. But she like uses like retro music like Connie Francis and Elvis and things like that in such a really cool way. It's just done so well. And so people come there for these miracles, and there are 3 cousins who are like the ones that do, like they're saints, the saints of Bicho Raro. So anyway, but then it's their story as well. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. Everybody should go read this book. It's fantastic. I loved it. And let me just tell you, I had just read John Green's All the Turtles All the Way Down, which I really did not like at all, to be honest with you. I was so ready for a great John Green read, and I was so disappointed. I will say that the end of it is it's very well done. It's a beautiful ending. I love the way that, and he always is very good with this, but I love the way that he wraps the title of the book into the story. So that is cool to me, but my nose is driving me crazy, you guys. I apologize. In between me having a cold and having just trimmed my nose, or trimmed my beard, I always miss these hairs right here. So anyway, you know, I'm like, I think that what I used to love about John Green, the angsty female character, and, you know, like, I don't know, the geeky guy that wants the girl, and all that whole storyline. I don't care if they're rich, they're poor, who's their parent. I mean, it's basically just the same story all over again. And I feel like he's a better author than that. And here's the other thing that's the problem, is that, you know, like, what has it been now? 5 years since Fault in Our Stars came out? 5 years ago, like, that whole, those characters hadn't been done a whole lot in young adult fiction, but now it's been overdone to the point of the cookies are so burnt, they're like, we don't want to eat them. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need another angsty female teen character unless she's so, her character is so different and so believable, but they just aren't in this book, Turtles All the Way Down. It very much felt to me like he started the book several years ago, and what was interesting was that the book is set around, and I know where he used to live in Indianapolis. The book is set where he used to live, not where he lives now. So I think he started it where, like, I think he started it several years ago and then was like, I have to finish this book, because I will tell you there is a point when the book switches, and the last, I would say, third is so well done, but the first 2/3, I just, like, almost DNF'd the book. It was so bad. It just was like, this is so trite, and this is just, like, not creative. I do not care for this book at all. So I ended up giving Turtles All the Way Down 3 stars. I was just, you know, and here's the sad thing about it is it makes me question now, like, not is he still a good writer, but, like, was his work really that great ever to begin with? Which I think is the trick of being, you know, a great, like, when you're that well known of an author. Will I continue to read him? Absolutely. You know, I mean, I don't know what he'll put out next. I would never give up an author just because I didn't like one book, you know? But when I think about people like, I can't think of the guy's name, David, is it Kelly? I can't remember his name, that wrote Mosquito Land. You know, and Sean David Hutchinson, and who's the other, I mean, like, I feel like David Levithan doesn't even put out really great books anymore, you know? And then who's the other guy that I really like? Sean David Hutchinson. Oh, John Corey Whaley. I think John Corey Whaley does these angsty kind of lost characters better than anybody. He's the one that wrote Noggin. I can't wait till his next one comes out. So, you know, it's like, oh, and he wrote the, well, I haven't read his last one, so I need to read that probably. I'll do that in November. So I finished that, and then I started reading all of Crooked Saint, so I had to finish it. Now, you guys, I always listen to audiobooks on Audible at 1.5. And for some reason, like, I had 3 hours left, and I thought, okay, I'm going to try to listen to it on point, or at 2 speed, right? So let me just play for you what that's like. I'm listening to Siege by Rhiannon Frater right now.
The slim young woman leaned her elbows on the cement bricks and stared at the zombie. I think it's a boy. That patch of hair on the back of its head is kind of long.
Now, when I played it for Alex, he was like, I don't understand how you listen to that or retain it or anything. I listened to Sherry Lapina's Stranger in the House completely at level 2, and after about 2 minutes of listening to it, you totally catch into that speed. Somebody commented on a video of mine, and they were like, and this is something I would have agreed with a year ago, but I don't anymore. They said, when you listen to a book at that speed, you don't retain any information. I could tell you everything that happened in Stranger in the House. I felt like I was so into that book, and I think the fact that I was reading it so consolidated, and I mean, I literally listened to the book in 24 hours. The book was like 8.5 hours long. I started it 2 nights ago, and I finished it last night, and it was fantastic. And I ended up giving it 4 stars. I mean, it was a great mystery, but it was not a 5-star. It was not The Hate You Give. You guys, literally, I just can't even get over the fact that Joey Graceffa's book is almost beating out The Hate You Give on the New York Times bestseller list. I mean, that is just such a tragedy of the world. I just can't even, like, wrap my hands around that. So anyway, I've never been to that Los Calvos. Oh, it says Grenoble, Mexico. I love Mexican food. So anyway, so now I'm listening to books at 2 speed, which means, whatever that means, 2 times the regular speed, which means that, like, I can get books done so much faster now. And I'm like, oh my God, I can, like, listen to books. I mean, I can get so many books done. I can listen to, like, 3 books in a week. So I'm so excited about that. Well, the first night of Booktubeathon, or Spookathon, Sunday going into Monday, I sat on the front porch and I read a chapter of every book that I'm reading. And then I actually read more of, I'm reading Black Rabbit Summer, One of Us is Lying, Raven Boys. Final Girls. Which the chapter of that was like 2 pages. And I don't remember what the last one is that I'm reading. But anyway, it must be so good that I can't even... oh, Friday Night at Freddy's. That was the one that I actually read like 30 pages of that first night. That is so... You guys, it is so good. It reads like a horror novel. It is so fantastic, Friday Nights at Freddy's. But here's what's so funny is that I'm also reading the Manson murder one, Helter Skelter, and I'm also reading this Scholastic book called Trick or Treat, and I'm also reading Rotten Ruin on my Kindle when I'm in bed. I'm reading so much right now, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I feel like I'm saturated with books. I've just started the 3rd book in the Rhiannon Frater As the World Dies zombie series, which I've read that to you before. I finished. I'm so excited to get into this book. It's like 12 and a half hours long. And I just feel like I'm so happy right now. I'm like reading, like, you know when you like, you can't find good books to read? I feel like I'm reading so many good books at the same time right now. And I know people are like, well, how do you keep those stories straight? I don't know, I just do. I think I'm just like so like ADHD off the charts, and I've never been medicated for it in my life, that I think I've learned to use it as an asset to multitask and multi-think. And so yeah. So that is where I'm at. That is my writing, or my reading vlog right now. I'm loving it. Are you guys having so much fun on Spookathon? So I already read the group reads, so I may not read any of the other books or finish any of the other categories, but baby, I got the group read done, and it was good. It was really good. So I'm glad I read it, and I will tell you, in the last 2 minutes of the book, if you read it or listen to it on Audible, I would buy it and read it. I wouldn't listen to it on Audible. The Audible version wasn't that fantastic. But the last 2 minutes is a game changer. I mean, the Sherry Lapina's, if I was going to compare it to movies, it is like a mix between like Single White Female, Gone Girl, and what's the movie with Neve Campbell and Denise Richards that I love so much? Wild Things. You have no clue. This person is going up the down staircase at the post office. You have no idea where this book is going, and I'm telling you, in the last 2 minutes, the whole book changes, and it's like, did that really just happen? Like, that is crazy town. So, yeah, go read it if you haven't read Sherry Lapina's. It's a good fall read, actually. All right, you guys, I am going to get off here now and go to the post office and get some other things done. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Spookathon. Follow me on all my social media. Follow my vlog. Follow my main channel. It's all listed below. Follow me on Goodreads and all that kind of stuff. I constantly am updating my Goodreads, like how much I've been reading and what I think of the book and all that stuff. So, I love you guys. Bye.